Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the Nike Tiempo Legend 5 in the brand new Total Crimson and White colorway. Now inside the box, along with the shoes themselves, they do include a string bag, as Nike does with all their top-end models. On the front of the bag, it is Total Crimson orange in color, along with the strings themselves, and you're going to find a white gradient Tiempo logo there at the bottom. So a nice bag matches the shoes themselves. Get these out of the way, and if you guys could take a second to leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. So here is a look at the Total Crimson and White Tiempo Legend 5, and the one thing that I want to get straight right off the bat is that these shoes are definitely more orange in person than red. A lot of the online pictures make these shoes look red, but trust me when I say that in person, it's a very, very bright, vibrant, almost highlighter orange color. Very interesting shade of orange. I really can't compare it to anything else out there on the market, but just to give you guys a better idea as to how it does actually look in person, because the camera definitely does pick it up as more of a red color, I grabbed two shoes to compare it to. This is a Predator LZ2 in what is definitively a red. I don't think anyone's going to deny that is red in color, and you can see side by side, this definitely does make the Legend 5 look a lot more orange. And then I also grabbed the Atomic Orange CTR 360 Maestri 3, which is undeniably orange. And you can see side by side with the Legend, again, it's definitely more orange than it is red. So for those of you wondering what the color actually looks like in person, it's a very, very bright orange. So with that being said, let's get these out of the way and get back to the Legend 5s themselves. Now, in terms of the colorway itself, you have your bright orange on the outside of the shoe. The laces are orange. The inside liner is predominantly orange along with the insole itself. And then, of course, the Nike swoosh on the instep is also orange. Looks more orange against the white background actually on camera. You, of course, have that color blocking that we've come to expect from the Legend 5, which looks very, very good. White acts as a really good accent color for pretty much any other color that isn't white, at least in my opinion. So you have your white instep area right there. And then, of course, the outsole is predominantly white as well. And then it has that gradient pattern and fades to Total Crimson. And then, of course, the one Nike swoosh on the outside is also white in color. And it is all accented and put together by this kind of chrome metallic silver tongue, which looks very, very cool. It's kind of a common theme amongst a lot of the Legend 5 colorways. So I'm sure it's not the last that we'll see of the chrome tongue from Nike. So that's pretty much it as far as the colorway is concerned. In terms of technical specifications, if you guys want more information on the overall performance, be sure to check out the full written review on my website. I'll leave a link to that down below in the description. I also have a pros and cons review on YouTube, along with a playtest video, so I'll leave annotations on screen to both of those if you are interested in seeing these shoes in action, or just want more information on the overall performance. Now, in terms of tech specs, you're going to get a kangaroo leather upper, pretty much spans the entire front half or front 3/4 of the shoe. The heel area is made from synthetic, but that's not too big of a deal. It's a really high quality kangaroo leather, a little bit on the thinner side in comparison to most more traditionally styled shoes, at least in my opinion, but still offers a really high quality, natural feel for the ball. What's unique about this kangaroo leather upper is that yes, it does feature all conditions control, acting as your wet control element. That's kind of something we've come to expect from Nike at this point in time, but it has more to do with the liner when it comes to the overall feel rather than the ACC on the upper. The Hypershield liner is new to the Legend 5. It's also featured on the Takedown Legacy model, and essentially it's a kind of mesh webbing on the inside, similar to the base layer material you're going to find on Nike's own Nike Skin Synthetic, found on their Hypervenom Phantom model. And essentially this liner takes away a lot of extra bulk that you would normally find backing a natural leather upper. Because of that, it dries more quickly, it feels more comfortable and soft and natural against your foot. It doesn't restrict the flexibility of the leather, and again, it just makes for a cleaner, more natural feel. And it's really nice that the leather does dry a little bit more quickly due to this liner, a really cool feature that is more or less unique to the Tiempo line at this point in time. You have a central lacing system with a lacing system that I would say is more along the lines of some of the older Tiempo models, where it's got a little bit longer area here at the front with no laces at all. They shortened up the lacing system, so this has to do with the new shape itself, the X1.1 last, but we'll talk about that more later in the video. Same exact cut in the heel area, internal plastic heel counter as we've come to expect. The heel liner is actually a perforated leather material, but there's still a decent amount of padding on the inside, so it's very, very comfortable and does a good job of locking your heel in place. As As far as the insole is concerned, it's fully removable. You can see this one is total crimson in color. You got your white Tiempo branding there, perforations all throughout, mesh liner on top, this really nice high quality yellow foam material here making up the majority of the insole. Then you're going to find a pour-on insert in the heel, along as well as in the forefoot and toe area. So it's a really nice insole, still nice and light, but provides some really good step-in comfort. In terms of the sole plate and stud pattern, it's a TPU based material, so it's essentially plastic, very flexible, a little bit on the thinner side. You got your flex groove right there, which really doesn't do all that much. It's so thin that you can't even really see it, but it is something that Nike touts as a feature to the shoe itself. There is some extra support here with this kind of rib going through the midfoot area. So for the most part, it's flexible where it needs to be and rigid where it needs to be. It feels really good in my opinion. And it's pretty much just a variation on your standard Tiempo Legend stud pattern. Your 4-bladed studs in the heel, your conical studs in the forefoot, your bladed support studs in the middle, and then they added one mercurial stud this year, which doesn't do much in terms of changing the overall feel of the stud pattern, but it is a nice little addition and something that really isn't going to bother anybody and only can improve the overall traction experience. So that's pretty much it as far as tech specs are concerned, and move on next to a quick weigh-in so you can see how lightweight these guys are. Considering that the Legend 5 is a predominantly kangaroo leather soccer shoe, it's surprisingly lightweight. So I'm going to weigh this pair for you today in real time. Keep in mind this is a brand new pair in a size 9.5 US. I'm going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 8.95 ounces. So pretty much just under that 9 ounce mark, which like I mentioned is pretty light for a shoe that feels this solid, and they really didn't skimp out on quality coming from the Legend 4, but they still managed to shave a little bit of weight off the boot. So if you're looking for something with more of a traditional feel in terms of having that soft kangaroo leather upper, but isn't going to weigh you down, the Legend 5 is an absolutely fantastic option overall. So that's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of this video is concerned. Move on next to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes fit and what the sizing is like. Alright, here's a look at the Legend 5s on feet, and from right out of the box, this is a pretty comfortable shoe, but there definitely is some break-in time required. What's new with this shoe is Nike has implemented their X1.1 last from the Hypervenom line. So it's slightly wider in the midfoot and forefoot area, but a little bit tighter in the toe box. And because of that, you're definitely going to notice a nice snug fit from right out of the box, but give it a couple hours of break-in time and it'll stretch and form to the exact shape of your foot. With that being said, this is definitely not the widest shoe out there, and as far as kangaroo leather soccer shoes are concerned, this definitely has a tighter, closer to the foot feel, which in my opinion is great and something that the market has lacked for a number of years now. So again, if you're one of those people that has always wanted to try a kangaroo leather soccer shoe but doesn't necessarily want something that's going to feel sloppy on your foot, the Legend 5 is a great option overall. In terms of sizing, they run about a half size small. Normally I'd wear a size 9 US. In fact, I wore a 9 US in the Legend 4. But with the Legend 5, because of this new shape, the sizing was thrown off a little bit. So as opposed to wearing a 9 US, I went up to a 9.5, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going a half size up. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing of the Total Crimson Nike Tiempo Legend 5. Great colorway, especially if you're looking for something nice and bright. And the Legend 5 as a whole is a fantastic shoe. It features a high quality kangaroo leather upper, a tight, slightly unusual fit for this type of shoe, but one that still feels very good. The Hyper Shield liner is great, and the Tiempo stud pattern is always a winner in my opinion. So again, if you guys are interested in purchasing a pair of these for yourself, go ahead and check out the review page on my website, linked down below in the description. There will be buy it now links with all of the available colorways, with the best prices online, along with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, allowing you to pick these up at a slightly discounted price. Now, if you have any questions regarding this shoe at all, feel free to leave your questions down below in the comments. And also, if you have any suggestions for shoes or products you'd like to see, leave those down below in the comments as well. I'm always open to hearing what type of content you guys would be interested in seeing. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.